Hey, it's Edem with Global Abundance LLC back again with another video. Uh, on this channel, we talk all things real estate, commercial and residential, and that's how we do it. If this is your first time here, uh, welcome. And if you're already part of the family, thanks for stopping by and checking back in. Uh, we also have a free VIP group that is a community of real estate investors and like-minded individuals like yourself, sharing information, uh, swapping ideas about what's working, and answering questions. And it's a fantastic community. We'd love to have you there. So if you want to join, it's free. Go ahead and click the link below in the description. Now, today's video is basically about what's the best and worst times to list your house for sale. All right. So that's what we're going to kind of get into here. So, if you're thinking about selling a property on your own, um, you want to know some of the best and worst times to list your house. So let's get into it. So statistically and logically, there, are good times and bad times to list a house for sale. So if you can avoid listing during times when it's less likely you'll find a buyer quickly, uh, you'll you'll also want to avoid attempting to list when you're stuck in a difficult situation, as you won't have a guarantee of it selling in that situation. So I'm gonna, like I say, give you a few tips on when to know when to list your house. And when it might not be the best choice for you. So the first thing is uh, during a foreclosure. All right, listing your house is risky regardless. If you're especially if you're hoping to get a sale in order to avoid a foreclosure. I get we all go through what we're going through, but we also want to make sure that you know in a time like this, we don't make any more mistakes that could really put us in a bind. So with the listing, um, you won't have a guaranteed sale date, okay? Which means that the bank could take your property before you've had a chance to sell it. All right. So when you choose to sell your house directly to a real cash buyer, won't have to wait around, not knowing, when the house is going to close ultimately, right? So they'll provide you with a closing date right away, and typically within a few short days, depending on your preferred schedule. All right. So the next thing is, if you are trying to sell to for another investment opportunity, right? So listing your house when another opportunity is on the table isn't always a smart idea. And, by the time everything has been taken care of, you might have missed the opportunity. Okay. So if you're an investor, uh, you may be out of property without a lot of comparable options on the table, right? So, if the missed property that you were intending to get, um, you may find yourself settling for something that you ultimately don't like in the end. So that may not be the best thing to do to you know hurry up and sell your property. You know what I mean, to get into another property just because of time. You know what I mean. It might work against you. Another thing is, if the house needs work. Historically, houses that need work before move in, aren't gonna perform like houses that are ready to move in right today, right? Not everybody is looking for, a fixer upper. Okay. So a lot of people want to be able to move in and be comfortable in the house right now, right away. They don't want to spend time and money on the house after making such a large purchase in the first place. Investors are usually a better audience for houses that need a lot of work, or even light work. You have light work, you have medium work, and you have major rehab. So uh, investors are usually a better audience for houses that need work overall. By selling your house directly and away from the MLS, you'll be able to find more people who will have an interest in that property. Plus, with the direct sale, you won't have to worry about commissions, showings, or when the house will sell. Without a guaranteed close date. Another thing is, when you have tenants, that's might not be the best time to list your property for sale. Because if you want to list your house with tenants, try to wait until the lease is up. All right. If this isn't an option, then let the tenants know about what's going on, what's happening, but don't expect them to be too receptive. you know so when you're trying to show a house, the tenant will need to make sure it's clean and make themselves scarce and not there all the time, right? So that may be a little inconvenient for your tenants. Now, overall, this could be a lot to ask, like I said, from your tenants, to ask them to you know be not available for the house to get shown and to keep the place in good working, in good looking shape, because you're showing the house, right? A lot of people who list their house with tenants will end up offering incentives or even help them relocate to another place, in exchange for, cooperating. For a lot of sellers, uh, they end up finding that selling directly eliminates a lot of you know the frustration tenants can cause when trying to sell a house or investment property with tenants. All right. The last thing I want to talk about, or one of the next things I want to talk about here is, if you have to move quickly. Again, time sensitivity coming into play. Life can come at you pretty fast. All right, we all know that. So there's a number of reasons why someone may need to sell their house in a specific amount of time. But um, maybe you need to move for a new job. Maybe you got accepted to a school out of town, or maybe unfortunately, a sudden illness has caused you to want to be closer to your family. No matter what your reason for wanting to sell your house quickly, direct sale, like I'm kind of steadily, you know, reiterating here, will offer you a guaranteed closing date, while a traditional listing won't. Yeah, so if you need to sell your house fast, selling without an agent or the MLS will give you the peace of mind that you need. No matter why you need to sell, you can always count on us or another reputable, trustworthy uh, real estate investor to make you a fair, no obligation offer. All right. So, in any one of the situations that I just talked about, a direct sale uh, will, allow you to sell your house quickly without any hassles or costs. So, if you again, you need it. If you have a house to sell fast, consider selling it directly in order to save yourself time and money on the sale. Now, let's talk about the seasonal advantages. Uh, Everyone says spring and summer are the best months for listing a house, but this kind of depends on your market. So a lot of people put their house up for sale over the summer, hoping, to be in a new home before the school year starts. But, if you're selling in the summer, watch out for a flooded market, right? Because when you choose to sell your house directly, uh, you'll be able to sell at any time of the year without having to worry about, any seasonal changes, costs, or delays. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about here today. The kind of the worst times to list your house for sale, like we talked about, is during foreclosure. Um, Another investment opportunity that's has a time sensitivity on it. Um, if the house needs work, or if you have tenants already living in the property, or you have to move quick, and there's seasonal issues as well, depending on what time of the year you decide to sell. Those are kind of the things that you have to look out for if you are deciding to list. You want to just keep those in mind, and be able to put yourself in the best position and the best advantage to sell your house quickly. So with that said, if you found value, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Uh, Leave your questions, comments, feedback, experience below. If you've experienced listing your house at a certain time of the year, and things didn't work out so well, I'd love to hear about that experience, and maybe have a conversation with you. So until next time, have a good one.